So, it's always difficult to ask people to introduce themselves, but I think we should start there. Please introduce yourself so that people know who you are today, because we're going to go back into a little bit of history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, my name is Michelle Expert,
Mhm.
and I am the founder and the current MD of Resonate Hub, which is a sales and entrepreneurship global hub. And the core of our work is centered around helping corporates, creatives, and small business owners with sales skills.
Amazing. I'm so excited to hear that because I've gotten to experience your journey.
Yeah.
But when you think about the first Agenda Women Summit that you attended, what's the very first memory that comes to mind?
Whew, my very first one. The first memory that comes to mind is stretching. I think that's what it was for me. It introduced me to a new idea of being, like a new idea of what life could look like for me. Stretching would be like, oh, when I say stretching, the actual like visual that I'm getting is like Isaiah 54.
Yeah.
And the word where it says like stretch your tents, make room.
I know that
more.
verse.
Yeah.
I know that verse.
Yeah. That's what comes to mind.
And what season of your life were you in?
Woo! It was, I think, one of the worst seasons I can remember. Nothing can ever explain.
You always tell me this.
Yeah, nothing can, like, I don't even think like anybody has context around how terrible that season was. Like, I was going through so much. I was so unhappy. I was in just like a dysfunctional relationship at the time. I was questioning my life's decisions, my career, felt like I've lost time, felt like everyone else is moving ahead, but my life is not. And I remember feeling like there was more, but just didn't know what that more looked like and where I could even begin to access that more.
Was there a particular thing that happened at that summit that started to shift you from that place to the next place? Because I don't think it's a leap, right?
Yeah.
What is there a specific conversation, engagement, a meeting of someone in that space that kind of started to shift how you were seeing yourself and what the possibilities could be?
There are actually several. The first one was, I think, just being in the room. We really underestimate how powerful it is to actually be in a room of other women who, yes, they could be going through their own thing, but I think when we're together, there's just an energy in the room that you just want to keep forever. I think that for me was almost like that energy in the room just changed things for me. And then number two, just observing other women be themselves. Because I think when we are in a room, the women are in different phases of their life. Some are succeeding and they're exuding that excitement. Some, whatever the case may be for many. So that for me was like it gave me a glimpse of a year from now, 2 years from now, maybe that's what I'm going to be like. Maybe that's how I'll be feeling. It started giving me glimpses of what to see. But there's a powerful conversation that stood out for me. And if I remember correctly, I think you were saying this during after the events when we come and we just talking about it. And then you said, I was standing with a couple of people at the time, and you said you were just talking to a friend of yours, and this friend of yours was crying, and they were crying and talking to you, telling you how good life is. They were just crying because life is great. Like, even just thinking about that gives me goosebumps. And I remember listening to you and thinking to myself, is that possible? But I think having heard it from somebody, and also just how I interpreted that situation having changed your perspective and your mindset around life being good. I think it gave me something to hold on to.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to get there.
I get you.
That's I see it. I feel it. I might not see it, but I feel it.
Yeah.
And because I feel it, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what kind of ripple effects do you think that moment created for you to get to where you are today?
It gave me something to hold on to, really. I think sometimes when you're going through something difficult, you don't really see what the next phase would look like. And if everything feels like it's not coming together, they might easily not be hope. And I think for me in that moment, it gave me something to say, if God can do it for another woman,
Mm,
surely he can do it for me.
yeah.
I don't know her story, but surely we're all God's children.
Yes.
And he can do it for me. And I think that's why, for me, conversations like that became so huge in my story, because sometimes we meet as women and we may potentially maybe meet to just talk about how successful we are and the
Yeah.
amazing things we're accomplishing. But I think getting vulnerable with each other, you don't know what part of yourself is identifying with the season that somebody's currently in.
Yeah.
And that for me was, it really gave me something to hold on to. It's like it gave me something to hold in my hand.
Yeah.
It's like I had something I can officially say, this is what I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because now you do conversations,
Yeah.
right? You have an amazing, amazing podcast. Would you say that experience,
Yeah.
having a conversation that completely shifted the way that you see things,
Yeah.
almost also helped you better understand the power of conversations?
100%. I've always had a passion to like talk, because I've been a yapper, and I've told people the story that because I spoke so much, my parents decided to buy me books.
Yeah.
And they constantly put me on assignment to read books all the time, because my father said, you talk a lot, and if we don't direct the speaking to something useful,
Yes.
so books then became the outlet. So I'd have to read a book and kind of give him feedback, right? And how I translated to that growing up was, I would be a newsreader. That's the only career that would make sense.
That was what was available.
Yes, that'd be a teleprompter in front of me. I'd be a newsreader. And I think being exposed to places like that, I thought to myself, what if I could have these conversations for a living?
Yeah.
Like every single time.
Yeah.
Like, what if I can sit with amazing people and hear their stories and pick their brain and learn from them? For me, it felt like a dream job over time.
Yeah.
But just like, what? If this is so useful in my personal space, I can imagine other people that aren't exposed to so many things that would benefit from this kind of conversation. So 100%, it opened my eyes up to what else exists.
Yeah. So we're in the last year of the Agenda Women Summit. I think people think it's the last year of Agenda Women. That's not the case. It's the last year of the Agenda Women Summit as a property, as an asset, as a project for Agenda Women.
Yeah.
What will you be taking forward with you from the experiences that you've had through the years with the Agenda Women Summit?
Wow. So many things, Nomndeni, so many things. I think, and I say this to you all the time, I'm an agenda woman.
Yes, you do.
Like,
you're like one of those people who always says that to me. I'm an agenda woman.
I am an agenda woman. I'm a woman on an agenda. And what I have taken from being an agenda woman is to consistently be present in whatever season I'm in.
I love that.
That for me has been so profound. Like, are you in a season of success and joy? Be present in that and fully appreciate that. Are you going through an obstacle? Be present in that and fully just immerse yourself in that. I think being present has been, and intentionally present, not present because I don't have another choice, but it's like, I'm going to sit in this, as painful as anything could be. That's the big one. And I think the second one is excellence.
Yeah.
I did the Sales and Entrepreneurship Summit last year. And one of the things I was saying to you was like, I think and I'll speak for myself, you gave me the blueprint.
Yeah.
You gave me a new standard of doing things. So every time I was doing something, I just thought to myself, no. Yeah, this can be better, because I think there are certain things that you're exposed to that can't leave you the same. When you're exposed to a higher level of things, and by high level, I don't even mean budget, I just mean execution and excellence. So I'll definitely be taking that with me. Like, it's just that excellence and that how to curate a room.
Yeah.
I got that from you quite a lot. Just like how to build, and that was my theme for last year. It was I kept saying to people, you have to be in the room, because I think being part of Agenda Woman gave me an understanding around the power of being in a room, but also as the founder and the visionary, how to curate a room that is going to almost interpret that power and that vision.
Yeah.
That for me was very, very, very big. And I mean, one of the other things I can think of is like, just showing up as the best version of myself.
I get you.
Agenda Woman has been a space, there's something so powerful about looking good and going to that Agenda Woman event. Like, that's just like this is me, like Dimlo. Like, I love this version of myself. And I think I've just been so encouraged to show up like that throughout the years. Like, I don't want it to be an Agenda Woman thing only, but because I am an Agenda Woman, I want to embody the experience of the event into everyday life.
I hope I literally don't cry having these conversations, because it's one thing to build something with an idea of how you would love for it to impact people.
Yeah.
But for me, I think you've been one of those people that has embodied the vision as I imagined it, in not only coming into the space, but to be transformed by the space, and not the conversation ending there, but really taking everything that you have learned and going on to build something as amazing as Resonate Podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for spending time with me and sharing that. It's a gift that I will carry with me
Yeah.
going forward as I build other things, and really being convicted that the work that has happened over the 7 years was worthy.
Yeah, it definitely was. I can tell you there's so many amazing things that we're working on. And I always tell you that you planted the seed. And I think you mentored people like myself without even knowing it.
Yeah.
You know, we went beyond a podcast, an entire global business, opening a new training center. You know, like those are things that if you had to ask Michelle, tell Michelle at the Agenda Woman in 2018, she'd be like, excuse me, no.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand my life. And I think spaces like that allow for greater mentorship than we even realize. That it's not about getting the ticket and going to be there with the other woman. It's about being in that space and tapping into the energy in the room to execute whatever God has placed in your life. So thank you, I think, for carrying out the vision. It's by your obedience, I think we can do the things that we do.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna cry. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It was amazing.